More schools go back to full-time virtual learning. It's clear there is a digital divide that leaves some families struggling more than others. But in many parts of the world, it's much worse. KCTV5's Betsy Webster talked to Unbound, a local group that serves families in other countries. Betsy?
Yeah, really an eye-opener. I'll tell you, Unbound has been here for 39 years. And even though this is a year when so many Americans are dealing with additional struggles of their own, they have been more generous than ever with the families this organization supports. They reached a record in contributions and focused today on Giving Tuesday on an education fund during a time when access to education is especially daunting. Pablo is a student in Guatemala. This is what distance learning looks like for him. Assignments on paper, then checking in via video chat on a phone. In other places, distance learning is even less high-tech.
They exchange messages with photos of the assignments.
Henry Flores works for Unbound out of Colombia and told us about a mother who has one cell phone for 3 kids. But the challenge isn't just about having a decent device.
An extra cell phone may not be the most important need. Data is. Once data is covered, then you can start thinking about the next step.
Lydia's 3 kids, 11-year-old Anna and her 14 and 15-year-old brothers, take turns using the phone for assignments. She's often up past midnight to accommodate them all, but there's no Wi-Fi to be had.
We want to make sure that these kids can stay connected with education because it's the best shot that they have at a better future.
Unbound's local community outreach director says sponsor families have been upping their usual contributions to make things like that happen.
People have not only maintained their level of support, they've actually increased it.
That, he says, is a ray of hope, that people who themselves are facing challenges related to the pandemic also know there are others across the globe who have it much worse.
As bad as things are, as challenging as things are, we can still make an impact. You don't have to leave the city to change the world.
And that fund we were talking about, the education fund they started on today, exceeded its goal of $150,000 in this one day. Now, $150,000 might not sound like a lot, but as they point out here, a dollar goes a lot further in those developing nations than it does here, where, by the way, there are also some fine charities that support people in need locally. Reporting live in Kansas City, Kansas, Betsy Webster, KCTV5 News.
Boy, they're doing some great work, that's for sure. Betsy, thank you.